Hello, and welcome to No Marks on the Floor, your favorite film podcast. Seriously, if it's not, just give it some time. It's an acquired taste, I promise. My name is Toni, and I'm of course joined by Ville.
Hello everyone.
How are you doing?
I'm doing very good. It's Saturday. I have been home 1 week now, home alone without my girlfriend. Tonight I'm just gonna watch a bunch of horror films, eat, kebab and french fries. I'm feeling very good, dude.
Have you already chosen which movies are you gonna watch?
No, that's still ahead of me. Maybe we can discuss about that today.
And that is very much related to what I was going to say.
Are you gonna move to that now?
Maybe.
Okay. Can you first tell me how you're doing?
I'm doing very well. We're recording for the first time at
in my place, right?
At your place. I was gonna say the studio, but no point in lying. We don't have a studio, but it's very nice. It's good vibes. It's always my favorite time of the week.
Like anybody would believe.
Not like anyone would believe, anyways. Just going to the stew.
Yeah.
You know, I am double caffeinated, so this podcast will be extra chaotic. The more coffee I drink, the more chaotic I'll get. But on my way to here, which is a 30-minute metro drive. I can't believe you've been doing that every time until now. I felt like I had to travel to the other end of Denmark to come here.
But it's funny that you say the 30-minute metro ride, because you need to know that Tony sent me a message. I think it was like 5 or 10 past 12. Let's see.
Oh no, you're gonna expose me live on the air?
Tony sent me a message in the metro running late. 12. Okay, so we agreed that it's gonna be between 12 and 12:30. He sent me a message saying in the metro running late, and then not even a smiley face, but this weird face, right? Feared emoji. That was 12:23, right? And I think you came pretty much around 1 o'clock. Is that true? Am I lying here?
You're not lying, but
Tony,
I have a problem. Okay, it's an issue, really. I think it's a medical issue.
Medical issue. So your 30-minute metro drive is, I mean, I can double that, dude. It did feel like you're coming from the other side of Denmark.
Okay, how about this? You keep me accountable. This is the last time I'll be late ever to anything we agree on. If I'm late again, you get to expose me, and I'll be forever exposed.
How do you feel people being late, though? If you have agreed to meet somebody at 12 o'clock and then they come like 10 past 12, does that annoy you?
That's the biggest irony. I am annoyed when people are late.
Okay, right. However, I gotta say, though, it's Saturday. With me and Tony, we were just like, let's meet after 12. It was very like 12-ish or 1-ish. We didn't actually agree any specific time, so I think you're off the hook today. 100% off the hook.
But
today.
you know what? Me knowing that I'm usually late, I specifically did not give you a precise time. I said I'll be there sometime between 12 and 12:30.
And that's completely okay.
And I was still late. I came at 1.
But still, I wouldn't say that you were late today per se, because I mean it's Saturday. We're both kind of like, we're just taking it laid back, right? But if you would actually have an appointment, let's say some coffee called, I don't know, Cinematheque or something.
Hypothetically speaking, this has never happened before.
Right. We don't need to talk about this. We can talk about this off mic.
We need counseling.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I'm sorry, but this is the last time I'll be late. You have to trust me. I can do better.
Don't make promises you cannot keep, dude.
And you need to keep me accountable.
Okay.
How about this? Every time I'm late, I get to come with a very nice cup of coffee from the most expensive place around.
You can do that, but what I'm okay with is just simple. Sorry, dude, I'm late. My time is no more valuable than yours. You are the king in this castle, and I wanna.
I'm taking notes.
No,
you'll get that, and you'll get it on video too.
Dude, 100% okay. I don't care. I really don't care.
You're too nice. You're too nice for me.
That's not true.
So, on me being late, while I was being late, you know what I was thinking? We've known each other for more than a year now. We are, some might say, bros.
Bros. Nice, I like that.
We talk about movies all the time.
Yeah.
We even
hence the podcast.
Have a podcast about movies.
Right.
And we've never seen a movie together.
Is that true?
That is true.
That is true. How long we've known each other? I don't know, 2-3 years?
That is crazy. We've never seen a movie together. That's crazy.
That's so fucking true.
What?
That's very true.
I am shocked.
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone else is shocked right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but that is actually true. I think we've been speaking about going to see some, movies in cinema. We never did that. We have never done that. We're gonna do that, right?
We should.
We should.
We must.
We must.
We must. We must
One
both
could say we must.
go see a movie at the theater, but we should also watch a movie at home so we can pause it and shit on it all the time.
Those are two different experiences. And I think now when we have actually built a lot of pressure to do this, I think we should handpick a film that is something that we both either enjoy or hate.
See, that's what I wanted to talk about.
Right.
We need to brainstorm our first time watching a movie together, and honestly, it's the first time I want it to be special, and I want it to be very nice, and I want you to be gentle. So we need to plan which movie are we gonna see, and how we're gonna see it, where we're gonna see it, what snacks are we gonna eat. I want to know everything.
Okay, I'm 100% on board. What genre should be?
That's what I'm thinking. It feels like we always go back to horrors. I feel like the horror genre is the glue that holds us together, but it could totally be something else too.
I think Scream, top of my head. Scream.
Okay, the cozy horror films.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, exactly.
And for everyone listening, we've talked about this in the very first episode. For our regular viewers, we can already call back to episodes. Okay, so a quasi horror film, that feels like it might be the vibe. Yeah. But I feel like we'll both enjoy this. I think it'll be more fun if we hate the movie we're watching.
Yeah, exactly, because we are. Yeah, I think so too. Then we just pause and say things. But like, it cannot be a film that is on purpose made bad, like Sharknado. It needs to be a film that actually tries to be good, but then they fail with it.
We should do a little bit of research. We should just look what are some absolutely universally hated movies, as you say, not purposely made bad. Yeah. Maybe look at sort Rotten Tomatoes by worst.
Right. Yeah, that sounds good. I have an idea.
Yeah.
I'm interested to watch Marvel films because they are so liked. So sometimes I feel like I just want to see, what's the talk about, what's the hype about, right? And I talked with my friend who was a big fan of Marvel films. Just a few days ago we talked, and he said that he watched the new Thor, and he has loved Thor films, but that one was just bad.
Really?
And that could be one of the films to watch, because it's something that has tried to be good at, apparently, but then it turned out to be something that is not, according to my friend at least.
Just for the record, have you seen any Marvel film?
I have, yeah.
Which one?
I have seen, I think I saw the one with some female superhero, not Wonder Woman though.
It shows how much you know about Marvel. Wasn't there like a steel guy or the one that flies?
It was the female
Is it Black Widow?
Probably. No, actually, not Black Widow. But that's Scarlett Johansson, right?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Black Widow. It wasn't Wonder Woman. Who else there are?
WandaVision, maybe.
Could be.
Okay, so a female hero from Marvel.
Right, exactly.
And you liked it?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. And then I have seen. I don't know if it's Marvel though, but Venom. Yeah, that was very good.
Marvel, yeah.
Yeah, that was actually a very good film. The first one specifically. Have you seen the
Shazam?
Yeah.
I have seen the first one and the new one, Black Adam, yeah.
Was it the David Sandberg who directed
No, it was not him, but he's directing the second Shazam that's coming out next year.
Gotcha.
Big shout out, by the way, to him.
Yeah.
Because he basically started as a YouTube short film filmmaker, and look at him now.
Yeah, I mean, even if you're not interested in filmmaking and films, I think he's still a very inspirational person. Yeah. Just because of, based on his YouTube videos, he seems to be a very nice human being in general, and very smart as well. And he's so relatable because he started by doing these short
literally
films
alone in his apartment.
Exactly. So even if you're not interested in films, he's still a very inspirational character.
It is just so cool to see such a down-to-earth human being show us inside perspective of Hollywood on the very, very high scale. Like he made a video about what is it like to be an introvert director. And he's very open about it, and he's just so human. You know what? Would you say he's high on our wish guest list on the podcast? Wouldn't that be fucking cool?
That would be pretty damn cool.
One day,
yeah. And since he's Swedish, we could maybe even speak the same language with him.
So you'd speak Finnish, you'd speak Swedish, and I would speak broken Danish. We'll understand each other.
Yeah, definitely. By the way, Toni.
Ville.
Do you have
Sorry, it sounds so fun to say. I love saying your name.
Hypothetical game. Toni has a girlfriend, but let's say that you wouldn't have a girlfriend, right?
We can sort that out. Are you asking?
We can make that reality.
Are you asking?
Let's say that you would go out with a person for the first time and you would watch a film together. You get to choose the one. You get to choose the film. What would you choose?
Okay, first date movie. Okay, well, depends what my end goal of that first date is, right?
What are the options, please?
Well, are we talking a very pure intentions, or are we talking more a sinful intention?
Right. Okay. So, and those two are the only options.
I would think that, yeah, it's one or the other for me.
Okay. Well, I'm very much more interested in the sinful scenario.
Right.
So you want to get laid.
I would think that there's two different types of movies you would want to see. You know, one movie, if you're trying to really build a meaningful relationship with that hypothetical, making that clear, hypothetical Christina situation, just so we're clear, would be that you want to see a movie that is feel-good movie, right?
Okay. And this is when you're trying to build something.
Yeah. Maybe like
foundation.
you even get a little cuddle while watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for the other hypothetical
if you just want to get laid.
If you just want to get laid. I was going to say a very entertaining, cozy slasher sort of horror might be actually quite fun to get you kind of in the... does this sound terrible?
Absolutely
Get you in the mood?
Absolutely not.
Well, my point is being, I don't think I would choose a actual sexy movie. Like, I wouldn't watch 50 Shades of Grey because I think that is way too much on the nose. As in, well, babe, let's go 50 Shades of Grey and, you know, get in the mood.
You just keep staring at her while you watch the film together with this weird face expression. Like,
I don't even watch the screen at all. I wish people would see your face right now. But yeah, so it would be a entertaining movie, something that gives you adrenaline, gives you a lot of I want to live life and I want to have fun and I want to be entertained and fuck it and this sort of thing.
Literally, yeah.
What about you though? I'm very interested.
I think, well, what you just said, I think in horror films they have covered this topic quite often when they're being kind of like self-conscious and then the characters are saying like, okay, we should just have sex because we don't know if we're gonna die soon, right? I think that's a quite popular line in horror films, and maybe there is some truth to it. So maybe you want to watch a horror film or some film that makes you scared and you make feel that death is, you know, present. And I think you probably want to make that feeling or create the feeling for the girl, even though if you're just sitting at the table and eating, you know?
Babe, we're all gonna die anyways.
Exactly.
Please.
Yeah, just grab the knife and lift it up and just pour into it. I don't know. But for real, I would say that, cozy horror as well.
Maybe we're just big fans of cozy horrors. We keep going back to that.
We do.
Yeah. But what if you want to have a very pure intention and you're not trying to, you know, as the youngsters say, score?
Then I would show a film that would make me look good because I'm choosing the film, right?
Oh,
so I would choose a film that will make me feel good.
What would a film like that be?
Well, that again depends of the date, you know. So I would need to evaluate what kind of person this is. If that person is the kind of person who would be more into kind of like brainless comedies, I would choose a brainless comedy.
Okay,
right?
so you show that you've listened to that person and you're like, well, I know you like this type of movie.
Yeah, exactly.
So
and guess what? Me too. Let's watch it.
You know what I just... This is awful. I just thought about it.
What did you thought about?
I cannot even speak. Oh my god. We go to to finally watch a movie together. We both try to.
Yeah. Pick a film that will make the other one. Yeah, that's true.
It's like, Ville, I just picked a cozy horror, and you're like, oh, me too. And we just look at each other. It's like trying to score.
Yeah, wink.
We've secretly wanted to get late.
Yeah. Well, my girlfriend has been away for 1 week now. So.
Fucking crying.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But Ville, now we've established that we want to see a movie together, and we just talked about getting late while watching a movie with someone. I think we're going into the right direction.
Do you ever, when you watch film, like, do they ever make you very inspirational in a way that this is a bad example, but just for the sake of it, you watch James Bond, and after watching it, you want to be a secret agent as well. And then you go around for 2 weeks being like, how can I be a secret agent? Does that ever happen to you?
It happens. I would say it doesn't inspire me to become whatever the character is, but inspires me to take his characteristics and personality.
Right, especially if it's a cool dude or woman.
Or any type of... So if a character is... Say I just watched The Wolf of Wall Street, and then the day after I'm like, man, I just want to hustle and I want to do whatever the fuck it takes to get there. Yeah. Then I watch Pursuit of Happiness, and I'm like, man, I just want to be humble and work hard and
so true.
Just succeed. So whatever the fucking character is, like, I do feel pretty influenced by it.
Yeah, that's true. Because whatever the character is, they kind of like, they are putting it to pedestal. Even though Leonardo DiCaprio in Wolf Street and then Will Smith, they are two very different, in completely different like ends of the spectrum, right? But no matter which film you watch, you feel like you want to be that dude.
Which actually makes you think that if you really want to be a certain type of person and achieve a certain type of thing, if you selectively surround yourself with that type of movies or media or anything like that, I mean, you probably will have that mindset all the time.
Yeah, that's true. Or or surround yourself with people with that kind of mindset.
Yeah.
Long pause.
I just couldn't stop staring into your eyes and my mind went blank. This is turning into a very romantic experience. And it was last time when we had the candle. It should have been now.
Imagine we would have the candle as well.
But it does influence you to say that, oh man, I want to be a secret agent. So then you watch a murder film and you say, I want to be a murderer.
Yeah, right.
Man, it's kind of sweet to be a serial killer.
When you watch that kind of thing, then you feel like there's truth to what you just said, even though I don't want to be a serial killer, but I feel like, damn, it would be so interesting to be like a cop who investigates this kind of stuff. Even though probably in reality it's not as exciting. Maybe it's a lot of paperwork in real life. Yeah, 100%. But like they're just showing you the best part of it, and I think the passion of those characters make you feel like I want to do that because they're so passionate about it and they achieve a lot in the field, whatever it is.
Speaking of serial killers, this makes me think. There's been a certain wave of true crime documentaries and movies, and I feel like they weirdly glorify that serial killer, say like the Ted Bundy case or anything like that. I don't know, put them in a weird pedestal. What is your take on that? What do you think? I
don't think they glorify the serial killer. I think it's just a very interesting topic because it's so absurd that anybody wants to kill other people. It's at the same time it's very terrifying, but very interesting as well.
Yes, that is this morbid curiosity. I fucked it up.
No, exactly.
Hold on, retake. You shouldn't even cut that.
I'm
to
not gonna cut this that
expose
way.
Me.
Yeah.
This is morbid curiosity.
Yeah.
I tried to say this in the coolest way I could.
But you did it successfully, dude.
Thank you. Purely from a filmmaking perspective, you want to introduce a conflict and you want to focus on the character and dive into their way of thinking and why they did what they did. So I completely get it. But as a counter argument, say, they made also a film about Ted Bundy and it was Zac Efron playing him, right? And you can argue that it glorifies him.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. That is like so many ways it's true, but I still wouldn't say that it glorifies him. It's just like with the House of Cards.
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey's character, you kind of root for him, even though he's being an asshole. He's just a horrible human being. You root for him, but I don't think at any point, like anybody or the viewer thinks that that dude, glorified or put on the pedestal or something that you should try to be. In a way.
Yes, I think you really put in words what I was trying to say. That's exactly what I was thinking, that you weirdly root for the main character, whoever he is. Exactly, putting the serial killer as a main character, I think in that way you're almost like weirdly subconsciously rooting for him just because you're used to rooting for the main character.
Right.
Exactly. So maybe not necessarily glorifying him, but that was a great way to put it. Look at you, Ville.
Well, thanks, man. I think I was just stuttering.
You're like, I had a stroke and I just mumbled something.
Yeah, what did I say? But speaking about Zac Efron, well, we didn't just speak about Zac Efron.
Oh,
but
trust me, I've been thinking about him a lot.
he is extremely handsome, dude. Which is funny because I remember seeing, he's the dude who was in High School films, right?
Yes.
Or High School Musical
Yes.
or whatever. The last time I saw him was during that time period, which was like, I don't know, 15 years ago, 10 years ago.
Oh, wow. You've
Wasn't
missed a lot of his movies recently then.
Yeah, but then just recently I saw him on one of these Netflix documentaries about climate change.
Mm-hmm.
And goddamn, that dude has grown up to be a man. He's extremely handsome because back then, High School Musical days, he was just like this cute boy, right?
Yeah.
But now he's actually extremely handsome man. And
Trust me, I agree.
Right. It's,
And he has a very charismatic
yeah, he does.
persona.
Yeah, exactly. He's very charismatic persona. He's a good body. He's very handsome. My girlfriend was very much into the climate change, and yeah.
Have you banned all his movies?
no, we wasn't together. We were both just looking at each other. Like,
At home, I'm like, don't look at him.
I think my girlfriend we were just looking at the film, and we glanced at each other, and I could see from her that she was hoping that I would look like Zac Efron, and I was hoping that she would look like Zac Efron. Either way, he's a handsome dude, isn't he?
I couldn't agree more. I wish we could invite him to our movie night.
Also, David Beckham. He's also very handsome.
Dude.
Oh, there's so many handsome
Okay, let's
people in
talk
this
about
world.
men crushes. Those two actually hit the nail. We might have the same taste in men.
Yeah? You on board with David Beckham as well?
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. And you know what? Hugh Jackman, he has something in him that works for me.
Yeah, right. What about a actor or anybody famous person who is not necessarily that handsome, but because of his charisma, you find that character attractive?
Now,
Person.
Christina, I know you're listening. Her celebrity crush is a guy that I completely disagree with.
Oh, really?
I forgot his name, but even if I didn't, I wouldn't say it. But she likes him, and she sees something in him because he's not traditionally handsome.
Are you not saying his name to protect Christina?
To protect him. No, but I also forgot his name, to be honest. But
okay.
do you have an example of an actor or a celebrity like that?
No, not on top of my head, but I have been thinking about that quite often when I see, like, I have seen a lot of that kind of, people also in real life. I wouldn't necessarily be attracted by their looks, but once they start to speak and once I get to know them a little bit, just the way they carry themselves, I think that's called charisma.
That means I have a chance. But going back to my girlfriend liking that dude, I was almost offended that she found him hot. I was like, you have a terrible taste in men. What does this make me? And I think, this is where we say we are pretty straight, but we do appreciate beauty where we see it.
That's true. That's true. And just me admitting that me and my girlfriend has the same taste doesn't mean that I find myself attractive, or does it mean that my girlfriend doesn't find me attractive? Either or. Well, I like to think it's my personality because I'm not the...
I would hope it's my personality because that's something that you actually worked for.
Right.
Some people are just genetically inclined to be hot,
exactly. Yeah. There's not much you can do about it.
And guess what? Time is not working in your favor,
That's
pretty
true.
boy.
That's true. That's true.
Do you think that some actors that basically all of their roles are being hot? And if they are, you as an actor, would you be annoyed by that? Would you want to say that I'm an actor because of my skill and I'm a great actor? Or would you be like, well, fuck it, I'm hot and I'll play hot people?
Yeah, I guess it very much depends on your motivational. Like,
Yeah.
if it's like, I just got to do this because I'm so hot, that's unfair. I don't know, it doesn't work that way, right? I don't know. I guess it really depends.
Yeah,
on the
unless you
motivation.
really want to be taken serious and you want to win that Oscar, then it might be annoying to be typecasted.
Yeah, typecasted because of your looks, because that's actually something you
Yeah.
cannot do that much about.
Typecasting must suck a little bit for Hollywood actors. And I've heard stories about some actors very consciously picking their roles just so they don't get typecasted.
Right, okay.
Famously, Leonardo DiCaprio. I mean, he did Romeo and Juliet, he did Titanic. So he was very careful not to get typecasted.
Right. Speaking about DiCaprio, I don't know why I have this feeling, but I have a feeling that he is the biggest film star. And this is very subjective. This is, I don't know why I think like this, but I do feel like he's, if not the biggest, then at least one of the biggest film stars in the world. And kind of like only few, like there's not that many of them anymore.
I
because
know.
the time has changed.
I know
right?
exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think he is probably one of the very last true old Hollywood film stars.
Right.
And the reason for that is that he's an actual actor for a career. Basically, the majority of the other famous actors, at this point, they've transcended acting and they're entertainers, personalities, and business owners. I mean, look at Kevin Hart. He has like 20 businesses. The Rock, all of those guys, they do a lot more than acting. But Leonardo DiCaprio, he is a actor. That's it. He's an actor. You only hear about him, other than his climate change involvement, you only hear about him when he has a movie coming on and he does interviews about the movies. He doesn't go to late night talk shows to do games. He doesn't do any of that stuff. He's an career actor.
Right.
And very rare breed. I think this might be probably the last generation of true old style Hollywood actors and actual film stars.
Yeah. There's so many different platforms, and people who have access to so many different things.
Yeah, there's just too much right now.
Exactly. So it's very hard to become so popular that everybody knows you, depending no matter what you actually like or what you watch. Yeah. Just
back then the studio would, if they decide that one person would be a star, they would make him a star, and that person would be everywhere on every magazine, every page, everywhere. Exactly. Now it's just too much. Too many movies, too many streaming services, too much going on, and let alone the internet itself.
Yeah, exactly. But then about the DiCaprio, you said like there are also people like Meryl Streep, Al Pacino, who are only known of their acting, and those guys are extremely big all over the world, internationally known. But still, I don't know why. I don't know why. But still, they don't feel like that big film stars anymore. Yeah. Maybe it's because, specifically, Meryl Streep as well. She has, done a lot films that are not even trying to be a blockbuster films. They are just experimental films.
Yeah.
Not with big budget film. And Meryl Streep is obviously one of the best actresses of all time. But still, it doesn't feel as big as Leonardo DiCaprio. And maybe it's because he has only been doing big films.
And he's been consistently fantastic.
Yeah, but so is Meryl Streep.
But there's just something about Leo. I would probably think of him as my favorite actor.
Oh yeah?
And he's very intelligent with his knowledge about the art of acting. He's really toned in about his characters and the mannerisms and the small details, and there is just something about him. I would watch him in anything, and I'm always excited for a new. At this point, it's a Leonardo DiCaprio movie, unless someone very big is directing it, unless it's Scorsese. But then at this point, it's also a Leonardo DiCaprio
exactly.
movie.
If it's a big director, it means that Leonardo DiCaprio is going to be good. That's funny, but that's true. I feel like it.
Do you have an actor that you would consider your favorite actor?
I would say Emma Stone and John Candy.
Okay, I did not expect that. Okay.
They are my favorite ones. I'm not they could be the best ones. I'm not saying that they are. You
personally really enjoy them.
I personally like John Candy and Emma Stone. John Candy, probably because he reminds me so much of my father. Maybe that is the reason. I don't know.
Looks-wise or behavior or both? Okay.
And he just seemed like a teddy bear. I don't know. And Emma Stone is just, I don't know. She has a fucking great charisma. I just love her. The way she speaks, I don't know, all the basics. I don't know, I just really like her.
Wow.
What about you, dude?
I don't know. This makes me sound so basic because I'm naming some of the biggest stars in the world. I'm trying to think of someone who is not known as much, but is really talented.
I think it's just because you're not trying to be pretentious.
Yeah, you know what? This is a big point of our podcast. We are really not trying to be pretentious. But yeah, on the top of my head, it's always Leonardo DiCaprio's name that comes up on the top. I just think he's fucking brilliant. Have you seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Yeah.
There's this scene where Leonardo DiCaprio breaks down after a bad takes of some scenes. Yeah. Dude, it was mind-blowing to see that scene.
Yeah, I agree. When you see that, he's like, okay, this is why this dude is one of the biggest film stars.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's also just came to my mind. I watched It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which you haven't, and they're making the podcast It's Always Sunny, and it's funny because they are the three guys, and not Danny DeVito is not in the podcast.
Yeah,
he's never been a guest. But it's always funny when they start to speak about Danny DeVito. there's always like this pause. They speak whatever they say whatever they have to say about any video, and then there's the pause, and then the guys are like, yeah, that's why he is one of the biggest film stars ever. And just like seeing those guys paying the tribute and how much they respect Danny DeVito as an actor and his skills.
Yeah.
It's so marvelous to see, because those three guys themselves are so great actors, and they have managed to create this great piece of art, you know, great TV series themselves, and they have made a lot out of themselves as well, and then still seeing them pay so much respect towards this, you know, classic actor who is extremely good. But just, yeah, I don't know, seeing them doing that is just awesome.
You know, seeing bad acting makes you really appreciate good acting.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't remember seeing that much bad acting, especially in American films.
Oh, I have.
Oh, yeah?
I don't think I can come up with examples right now, but when you see bad acting, it's so distracting. Nothing can save that. I can live with bad directing, I can live with bad editing, but if the acting is bad, it is impossible to actually sink yourself into the story.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, imagine, I mean, like, most of us has been in a situation where somebody's filming us, and just to try to be natural and deliver a line, that's already super hard. But then you would actually need to play this character, this specific kind of person that everybody can relate to one way or another, and understand that person's meanings just from their face expression. Just to do that and continuously and not constantly. What's the word? Well, fuck it. That's
Say it in Finnish.
Goodbye, everybody.
I just wanna send this note of appreciation
100%.
for the actors who take it seriously and who are really good.
Yeah.
And all the proof you need for that is to watch a movie with bad acting, and then it's immediately obvious that it's not easy.
Yeah, that's true.
On that note, this was my favorite podcast yet.
Hey, you know what? Me too, actually.
It was great vibe. We learned a lot.
Yeah, from each other.
We set up a date where we're gonna watch a movie together.
Absolutely.
Hopefully, we're gonna watch a movie with Zac Efron, and things might get hot and steamy.
Yeah, right.
Keeping my hopes up. But on that note, thank you Ville, for this.
Hey, thanks, Tony.
And thank you to everyone for listening.
Thanks, everyone.
As always, we went somewhere and nowhere. Bye.
Bye-bye.